In this lesson, we're going to complete our item collection system for our game by replacing those comments we had put in there to test it out in the last lesson with the actual statements we will need to complete these tasks and change our game and player states. So let's go back on into that script and get started. So let's go to our script here, item collection system. Alright, so here's all those comments we want to replace. So let's just start from the top and work our way down. So let's go, case 1, collect dagger. So first of all, what do we want to happen when we collect our dagger? We just need to change a few player properties, really. We need to say the player now has the dagger and that he cannot collect the dagger anymore until he gives it away. So let's go and create those. So let's go up here and say variables for scripts access. So we need to access our player state script. So let's go and say private player state. All right, and then let's say player state. Done. Okay, so now let's go down, and you know what, while I'm at it, we have the health and the collect key, which is going to set our game state to change a little bit. So let's just go ahead and create those two while we're here. Why not? Private, let's go game state, and then let's go private, what was this one here? Health, okay, health, player health system. And we now have these perfectly created. Okay. Let's do this void awake as we are assigning these variables. Okay, player state equals game object dot find, and then let's go WrapTuck underscore character, and then dot get component. And then we want to get player state. All right, we're doing good so far. So there we are. We have our first one. Let's go copy. All right, we have now gotten access to the scripts we need here. So now let's carry on here. All right, so collect dagger. Let's go down to our switch now. Okay, and then let's go like so. So we've collected the dagger. So now let's go to our player state. Dot can collect dagger. It's gonna equal false now because we have it. Dun da da. And then let's go player state. Hey, state dot which is this one is has dagger. And let's go. Oops. Equals true. Nice. So there we go. That's all it is. Collect the dagger. We now have collected it. Now let's go to our collect key. All right, so let's go player state dot can collect key will equal false. And then now we need to go player state dot has key equals true. And now this is where we change our game state. So let's go game state dot door lock. Nope. I forget what that variable's called. But on our game state script, actually, let's just open that up. Danger mode. It looks like I do not have this. Game state, player health, player state. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need to say in our main game state, let's go public bool door locked equals false when we first start the game, or sorry, true. True. That door is going to be locked when we first start playing our game. Okay, door locked. Cool. And then while I'm here, I'm just going to say public bool win game equals false when we first start the game. A couple more variables we need to add in there. So now we have our door locked. I want to change that to call that here, door locked equals false, because we're going to use that to say when we have this key, this door locked is going to be false, which means if we collide with the trigger we'll put on a door later and door locked is false, well then we can win the game. So that'll trigger that, and I believe that's all we need for the collected key there. So now let's go down to our collect health power up here. So now we're going to change this, and what we're going to do is simply just set our critical to false, and we're going to set our player health to all the way back up to 3. Okay, so let's see here. We want to go player state dot critical is critical equals false now, because we've collected this power up. And when it went to critical, that's what launches the power up. We'll use that variable for that as a condition. Okay, so player state is critical, and now let's go player state dot player health equals 3. We're resetting that. And actually, I was just thinking about it. I was kind of confused. We don't actually need this player health system. If I am correct here, let's go player health system. Yeah, because we were calling upon the player state in this script, so this was only for the triggers. All right, so we don't need that. Player health system, goodbye. Okay, perfect. So there we have it. We have now replaced those comments with the actual functionality that we need to happen when we collect these specific items. All right, so this is looking great. Our switch container is pretty much done at this point. And there's just one last step that I wanted to actually do for this. After we've collected these items and performed the actions that we need to happen, let's go down, and when it runs through the case, let's just say we're going to use our item number equals 0. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this to the bottom of each and every one, besides obviously the default 0. So what this is going to do is say when we collect the dagger or any object, we collect the object, perform the statements, and then set our item number, reset it back to 0, and then play this item collection sound. So anytime we collect an item, we'll perform these specific statements, and then we'll go down and play this default sound in the default case here. So that's it. So in the next lesson, we're going to actually utilize this whole system we've just created to figure out how we can get WrapTuck to officially collect his first item, the dagger, and how we can set this action up. So I'm going to see you there.